My guest at this time will face the American Dream, Cody Rhodes, this Sunday night at AEW Double or Nothing. It's Anthony Ogogo of The Factory. Anthony, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you for having me and for letting me talk today. Appreciate it.
No problem. Well, I wanted to start right off, as I was looking into you and just kind of looking at the work you've been doing here recently in particular, man, I came across this promo you cut, very impassioned, very critical of the United States, American homelessness, kids in cages, some things that I think a lot of Americans would agree are issues here. And then you've got Cody on the other side, who's very proud of America and I guess a lot of the things happening in the country. What I'm getting at is I think a lot of people see you as maybe not the bad guy in this story. Do you feel like the bad guy in the story with Cody Rhodes?
I don't care. I don't care. This isn't my country. I'm just highlighting what I don't like about this place, as how everyone seemingly walks around like their shit don't stink. Like I hate this notion that America is the greatest country in the world, land of the free. Utter bullshit. Land of the free, that's why they capture kids and stick them in cages. I'll be very honest, right? Erin might tell me off for this, but I don't care. So recently, this is hand on my heart, God's honest truth. Recently, I trained very hard, right? I trained, but always have done. As a boxer, as a wrestler, I work my nuts off. Like no one else trains me. That's a fact. I was down in Florida training in really, really hot. I was sweating a lot. I felt really faint. I don't get faint. I don't have really adverse like situations. I ended up going to the hospital because I felt like I was going to die. I felt really, really, really severely not very good at all. And for me to go to the hospital and to admit like any vulnerability is a big thing, right? I go to the hospital. And my mum had a brain aneurysm back in 2012, just before the Olympic Games. So I thought the whole Olympic Games thinking my mum was going to die. I was never going to see her again. And the way I felt in this moment was the exact same way that, thankfully, touch wood, she survived. And she's making a great recovery. And the way she spoke to me in that moment, before she had like a little, basically a brain aneurysm, a blood vessel popped a little bit, and she felt really weird for a few moments, for 10 minutes. And then a big bleed went, and then she was in a coma for months and had like operations to save her brain, save her life, sorry. And in those moments, those 10-minute moments that she was in, when she spoke about it, the exact same way I felt when I was last 2 weeks ago. And I thought, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm. I've taken a lot of headshots in my boxing career. 18 years of boxer, headshots, bumps in wrestling. This is where I go. Went to the hospital and done all my tests and everything, and they said, "Oh, look, we think you're okay. We think it's like actually like severe dehydration, like severe. You've been working really hard, stress, and all this stuff." And I went, nah. I said, look, I've been dehydrated. I spent my life as a middleweight boxer weighing at 160. I used to live my life dehydrated. This is weird. Anyway, this is during a CT scan. And my insurance wouldn't cover it because I've been in America for too long. So my insurance lasts for X amount of days. And it won't last now. And I went, how much is it going to cost? She went, $7,000. And I thought, so are you sure it's dehydration? I mean, we're pretty sure everything's fine, your heart, everything's fine. And we know brain aneurysms, and it's not that because we think. And I was like, I thought, I'm now going to spend $7,000 on a brain scan that I don't really need. So I thought, I'm not going to do it. I thought, if you're confident, I said, we can't say for sure, obviously, because we can't see inside your head. But we're pretty sure it's not a brain aneurysm, because if it was, you'd have been in a bad way by now. I thought, yeah, you're right. And so I left that scan, right? And I thought, I've rolled the dice with my life. I like me. I love me. And I've rolled the dice with my life rather than spending $7,000 on a CT scan. $7,000 obviously is a lot of money. But compared to life, it's nothing. Anybody would spend $7,000 to stay alive. And then it got me thinking. I thought, that's really bad. Like where I'm from, in my country, it doesn't matter who you are, how much you earn, $100,000 a year. If you're on the dole, if you're on welfare, doesn't matter who you are. If you have an adverse reaction, go to hospital, you get the best healthcare from our amazing NHS for free. Everything, scans, tests, everything for free. Yeah. Because nothing is more important than a person's health. And I was angry at myself, angry at this system over here, angry at myself that, and I've got $7,000 in my bank account. I just didn't want to spend it
Yeah.
because it's still $7,000. Exactly,
Yeah,
right?
even Tony Khan, I think $7,000. That's not like a nickel in the pocket, you know. Right?
Exactly, you know. But there's guarantee right now. I'm in Atlanta, but let's just say Atlanta, but the whole of America, there's thousands of people right now that think, oh, I should go to the hospital because I don't feel very well, but I can't really afford it. That shouldn't be an issue. That shouldn't be a thing. It should not be a factor. And people in America think that is a factor because in America, that's where it's always been. Any other country, decent Western, forward-thinking country in the world, health comes before money, right? Health, and I was angry at myself for like playing the game. I was angry at myself for risking my own life. And in the end, it was just the dehydration, exhaustion, stress, and all this other stuff. You're going through a lot, you know, professionally and personally at the minute. It is what it is. But like, yeah, that pissed me off. It pissed me off that this country values like, and there's some people out there who won't get the test done. They'll think it's just dehydration, and they'll drop dead because they didn't get scanned. Had they had their scan, they'd have been saved. Or there'll be some people out there that had the scans, to have the surgery to save their life. There'll be a mother out there with 4 kids, single parent household, 4 kids, had surgery to save her life, and she gets a house repossessed because she can't afford the repayments. That's bang out of order. And there's stuff like that. And as proud Americans, I get it. Be proud of where you're from. I get it. I'm sure there's some good stuff in this country. I'm yet to see it. I'm sure there is. Be proud of where you're from. I get that. I'm proud of Great Britain. I'm proud of England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. We've done some bad stuff in the past, like back in the medieval days. England done some bad stuff. But I'm proud of the stuff I'm proud of. But
yeah,
I'm not blindly proud. Like, I know we do bad stuff still, and that stuff I'm big enough to say that's not cool. I had the Americans that go, yeah, America, best country in the world. You ain't the best country in Northern America, if you don't even look after your citizens. You know, if you take away kids from their parents and lock them in cages, that's bang out of order. So yeah, I spoke from the heart in that promo, and people liked it. And I'm the bad guy. I don't care if people like me or they don't like me. You know, I'll feel whatever bill. If people want a villain, I'll be the villain. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that just frustrates me.
Well, and that's the thing that I think is so interesting about the dynamic between you and Cody, because it really is kind of in the eye of the beholder, right? And I think that has to do a lot with, the fact that you have made the decision to infuse politics, pretty boldly, it sounds like, as part of this rivalry between the two of you. Have you gotten any, has there been any kind of like, hey, maybe pull back a little bit? Like, what is the general reaction from management? I mean, these are some... These create controversial opinions, everything on both sides that you guys are talking about.
It's life, right? Life is controversial.
Sure.